last time, and we come up with this formula here. The slope-intercept form of the linear equation, okay? And this is an example. The slope here is 2, and the y-intercept is 3. How do we graph that? Well, the strategy, one strategy is to build a table, okay? We assign different values for x, like -1, 0, and 1, or you could have more, right? And more. But we know this is going to be a straight line. How many points do we need to define a straight line?
5.
5 points?
Well, you could even use
Let's
3.
say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 points here. Is this good to define a line? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
It's very
I
precise.
like that. Yeah, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? We can draw the line here, right?
Smart.
Isn't that what it said? 5 points? But if I take 1 point out, is that going to make any change on the line? Hello? Pay attention. All right? Look at me. Eye contact. Remember that. Eye contact. Okay? So 1 is gone, right? It's still straight. You said 5.
Yes.
So now I can see with 4 would be good enough too, right?
Yeah.
What else? Can I take another point out?
Yeah. You
Thank
can do 3.
Another one. Now it's 3. Yeah, it's coming down. So it looks like 3 is maybe enough, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to be more ambitious. I want to take another point out. Can I take another point out?
Yes,
Yes?
you can. Yes.
You all
Yes.
agree? Everybody needs to agree.
Yes,
If
yes,
somebody
of course.
doesn't
People
agree,
agree.
I will
I know
stop.
you're doing.
Okay, another point out, and I still have a straight line. I'm not
True.
changing that.
True.
Can I take another point out? Yes or no?
No. Because you don't know in which direction it's going to go towards.
If I take another point out?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yes.
Well, let's see. Let's
Right.
take, okay?
All right.
You allow me to
Yes.
experiment,
Go
taking
for it.
another point out? You say 2 looks like
Your
it's
body, your
enough, but
choice.
if I take another point out, oh,
It could go up, down, side,
oh,
side.
you're saying I can draw another line like this
Yeah.
and still in that point? Oh, okay, you're right. So I need 2 points,
That's
right?
good.
At least 2 points, right? So, but I put more here just to make sure, right? That, sometimes we might have some mistake doing some calculations. We do need to do some calculations here, right? For each value of x, I need to calculate a value of y, right? And in this case, when x is -1, 2 times -1 is
-2.
-2, plus 3 is 1. When x is 0, this term goes away,
Mm.
right? And it's going to be what? 3,
3.
right? When it's 1, it's going to be
5.
5. I can see there is a change here that seems to be constant,
Skips 2.
right? 2. So what is the next number? I just add
7.
2. It's going to be what?
7.
7. And then
9.
9. And then keep going, right?
11.
Now, remember, each point here, right? The pair of these 2 numbers is a point on the line. Is a point on the line. Is a solution for this equation. Each point is a solution for this equation. Is that okay? So, what have we done now? Well, we have a table with numbers, but it's difficult to visualize that, right? To understand what is the meaning of these numbers. So we're going to do it a graph. So this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. And here I'm going to put the numbers for the x and here for the y, right? So when x is -1, -1 is right here, y is 1, I have 1 point there. When x is 0, right here, I have 3 here. And when this 1 is going to be 5. So I have my line here going through here, like that. Is that okay? So that's how we do graphing of equations. Now, each value of x define a value of y. So y is a function of x. Y depends on the value of x. So we call that a function. Is that okay? Now, if I give you an equation like that, a function of x that varies with x squared plus 2x plus 3, how are you going to graph that? Can anybody tell me? What is the strategy that we're going to use for graphing this function? We're going to make a table, right? We're not sure if it's going to be a straight line, so we cannot just do 2 points. We need to do several points for this one here. Todd.
Jad.
Oh, Todd is here. Oh, Jed, I'm sorry. Jed. Sorry. Jed,
Yeah.
how are you going to graph this here now? Does this here looks like a linear equation? This has this form here. No, what is the difference? Tell me, what is the difference here? You have 2x plus 3. 2x plus 3 is here.
There's no y. Or
But-
instead of y, it's x squared.
There is this x squared here.
Yeah, but there's y up there.
And here's y,
Yeah.
right? And this f of x. This means here that y is a function of x, depends on x. That's all it means. I could have y here too, it doesn't matter. But the new thing here, right, is this thing that we don't know. We don't have experience with that yet, right? So you need to be very careful when you're going to graph that. So you're going to make a big table, right? X, y, or f of x here. And you're going to be very careful. You're going to put -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3, right? So to make sure you can really describe how this thing behaves, right? So we have a line. We visually see is a straight line here, right? And this line is represented by this equation. And this means something in the real world, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the rate of increase of y is what we call the slope, right? It's how fast this thing is increasing. So another concept that I would like you guys to learn, because there will be a lot of word problems, right? Is the concept of perimeter. Does anybody know what a perimeter is? What is a perimeter?
That's it right there.
Is what?
It's the amount of space you can, you're able to work with.
Space?
Yeah.
Perimeter?
It's just the total, like the width and the length.
The width and the length. It
Yeah.
is
Total
this
amount of
and
space
this.
you can work
I
with.
added this width with this length, and that's the perimeter?
And width too, you have to.
And this one too?
It's, yeah,
Yeah, it's here, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Can you say that in English, what this means?
It's 2 width plus 2 length.
I know, you just read that, but say, to a farmer. Tell me a farmer has a farm, right? This is his farm, right? Explain to him what is the perimeter. His
So-
house is here,
Yes,
okay? That's a beautiful house, and he's working here, right?
yes.
His cow is here,
Moo.
right? That's
It's like
his
an
cow.
elephant.
Right? Now, what is the perimeter?
Oh, so you get the 2 sides, get the length. Get the length,
Land?
yes. You get the length of both sides,
Uh-huh. This side and this side, and?
yes, and then you add them with the sides on top and bottom.
So what does that mean?
That's the overall space you have.
The overall space? Is a better word for space? Overall what?
Perimeter.
Perimeter? Overall? Start with L. Overall? Length, right? It's the whole distance, right, around the property, right?
Yeah.
So that's the name. Can you imagine a real old problem that you would need to have that information for? It's your property.
Yeah. You wanna know how much land you have?
Yeah, but let's say you want to do some construction or something. Can you see an example that you need the land.
Like if you're gonna like build like fences or walls.
Exactly, right? Otherwise you go to Home Depot and you don't know what to buy, right? Isn't that true?
True.
So that's perimeter. Now, if you wanna put grass all over here, what is the concept that you need to know? You wanna put grass all over, right? You wanna put grass,
Area.
yeah, you need the area, right? And what does the area really mean? What would be the area here? Can you look at this? Can you tell me the area here? What is the area? How many squares you have on this side?
We have
Three. How many squares you have this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Five.
right? 5. So what is the area?
15.
15, right? 15 what? Is that, you want that to be inches, feet, or yards for
Let's
your
do
property?
yards.
You want yards?
The more the better.
Oh, yeah, he's greedy too, and we're learning a lot about him, you know? Yeah, inches is not enough for you, right?
Yeah, it's not enough.
Not enough, right?
Want
So
everything.
it depends on the unit, right? The unit is very important, isn't it? Okay. So that's the length of a square, is 2 times the width plus 2 times the length. The area is the number of squares, the area is the number of squares inside, you know, any shape. So in this case here, the area would be W times L. And this is a circle, right? The
Yes.
circumference,
Yes.
the perimeter, the length of this circle is 2 pi r. Okay? With that, I'm gonna leave with my guest. He's gonna introduce himself and gonna talk a little bit
Transition.
about how to do search and how to work with the computer and get information from here. Is that okay? Thank you. No clap. It's okay. Thank you.
Very enthusiastic.
All right.